would read anything based anywhere else but Japan. I mean, honestly. Anyway. Hey, what's up y'all? It's Kenna. Welcome back to my channel. And as you saw from the title, we will be doing my March TBR. And I'm going to put a timestamp in the bio to like for when the actual TBR starts. But I just want to say, like, in this intro, it's gonna be a little long, so I just want to say that, like, I really want to get this, like, booktube thing, like, started, and I'm so sorry, like, for being so inconsistent. I know there's probably not many of you viewers out there, but for those of you who are watching my videos, like, I took a couple months off, kind of got myself together, like, mentally, like, health-wise, and also, like, physically I'm working on getting myself together health-wise. And so January and February were kind of a couple months of, like, me, you know, turning inward and, like, working on myself, because there were a lot of things, and I won't get into all that, but there was a lot of things about myself that I really wanted to work on in 2019. And now now it's March, and I just really want to get this booktube thing started. Booktube means so much to me as a viewer, and I just really want to be a part of the community a little bit more as a creator. And I have to have somewhere to talk about books. None of my friends read, none of my family reads, so I have to have a place to talk about all these books, because I literally love them so much, and I just need a place to talk. So yeah, I think that's it. I'll be uploading on Tuesdays and Thursdays and potentially Saturdays. Saturday may fluctuate a little bit. I might do Sundays instead of Saturdays, but we'll just see how my schedule progresses and stuff. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into my March TBR. So March is a month of duologies, for real. I'm trying to read, like, a couple series and a couple novels and, like, a poetry collection or two every month, just to kind of round myself out. But the series I have this month are all duologies. So this is a really ambitious TBR for me. I usually, like, I'm gonna put up my January and February wrap up for this year, like, soon, like maybe in the next day or so. But I don't read that much. I've really been trying to work on it, because, like, when I was younger I used to read like crazy, but now I've just kind of life's just kind of got in the way. So I'm trying to read more. I didn't read very much in January and February, but I'm hoping March will be a different story. With that being said, this is really ambitious. We'll see in my March wrap up at the end of the month how much I actually get through with it. The first duology I will be reading is the... oh my god, y'all, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Is the Flame in the Mist series by Renee Adieh. She's got on her website, literally, she's like, literally, I love her. She's got on her website how to pronounce her last name. I still don't remember. I literally read it and pronounced it correctly from her website, and I don't remember. It's Adieh or Adieh. I think it's Adieh. So it's Flame in the Mist is the first one, and then the second one is Smoke in the Sun. And there are also a couple like novellas. They're like 60 pages or something, like 30 pages. There's two novellas that like accompany this too, that are between the first and the second. But y'all, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this series. I've actually already started this because it's 5 days into March. I love it so much. It's set in feudal Japan back in like with the samurais. It's loosely based on Mulan, but it's not a Mulan retelling. There are like a lot of Goodreads reviews where people are like really upset because it wasn't marketed as, but just kind of like it got kind of the marketing kind of got twisted into it being something that it's not. And the author herself says it's loosely based on Mulan, but it's not a Mulan retelling. And I think people kind of automatically went, oh, Mulan, and like immediately was like, oh, it's a retelling, but it's not. It's loosely based on Mulan. With that being said, it's so beautiful. Last year I lived in Korea for 6 months, and I took a class. I took a modern Japanese lit class, and we studied Meiji Japan, which is the era of Japan transitioning from samurai era to, I don't remember what that era was called, where they like, had all the samurais and the, you know, the emperors and like empires and stuff like that. I don't remember what that's called, but Meiji Japan is more modern, like, is Japan moving into more modernization? Anyway, we studied all kinds of stuff. Like, there were like some things like the samurai's like traditional way of like honorably killing themselves is called seppuku. I think I'm probably pronouncing that so wrong, but we studied a lot about that in my Japanese lit class. And so like seeing things like Bushido, which is the way of the samurai, whatever, it's like the honorable life that you live, like just seeing things that I studied in class like in this book was really, really cool. And also it's about literally like samurais, like it's amazing. So now what it's actually about, it's about a girl named Mariko. She is betrothed to the emperor's son and she doesn't want to marry him at all, but on her way to meet him, her caravan gets ransacked and everyone's killed and she survives. And they think it's this notorious band of thieves called the Black Clan who do it. And so she disguises herself as a boy and goes undercover within like the Black Clan's ranks. And things just kind of go from there. She ends up finding like that her opinion of the Black Clan is very different from what she went in with. She falls in love. She like starts to be like kind of valued from like, she sees herself being valued for her like abilities. Whereas like, you know, with her father and like being, you know, forcibly like being forced to marry the emperor's son, like she kind of sees that she's like more valued for her abilities within the Black Clan than like being a woman and, you know, just being raised to marry. So yeah, so I am just about done with this and I can't wait to pick up the second book. It's such a good ride. I would highly suggest reading this. So the next series that I will be reading, the next duology is Beast Made of Night is the first one, and Crown of Thunder by Tochi Onyebuchi. I don't think I'm saying that right. Tochi Onyebuchi. Onyebuchi? I don't know. I don't think I'm saying that right. This looks so good. This duology. I don't know much about it except for the only thing that I do know is that it is about a world where sins that people like have, there are these like magicians who can turn these sins into like pull them out of people and turn them into like literal beasts, like creatures. And then it's their job to slay these creatures. But when they slay the creatures, I think like they take in the sin or something like onto themselves and like eventually like it starts to like weigh them down and kill them. So the main character in this book is one of the like magicians who like slays these sin beasts. And that's all I know. It sounds amazing. It sounds very unique. It's a very unique concept. So I'm really excited to pick that up. And then the last duology I will be attempting to read in March is Warcross and Wildcard by Marie Lu. So Warcross is kind of like a sci-fi, like I love anything that has to do with like video games and stuff. I think that's the coolest concept. This one's also set in Japan, which I didn't put that together until now, but I'm reading 2 books set in Japan. And I think the main character like is a hacker or something. I don't know a lot about this book. I know it's like it's pretty big on BookTube. But I mean like honestly, they had me at video games. I'm gonna be 100% honest, like hacking, I think that's so cool. It's very technology based and like she goes into this video game and like tries to like find hackers or something. She like hunts down hackers in the video game or something like that. It sounds great. I love a female bad, but I think there's a romance in here. I'm so excited for that. It's gonna be a good ride. I can feel it. So that is all the series that I'm reading. As for novels, the first novel that I'm going to be reading is Bird Box by Josh Malerman. We all know Bird Box. If you somehow haven't heard of Bird Box, it is about a mom who is trying to escape with her 2 children to a sanctuary, and all the while is being hunted down by demons, monsters who you can't look at or they will drive you so insane by looking at them that you'll kill yourself or like, yeah. So the whole time she's like escaping from these monsters, she's blindfolded. And the movie was just recently released on Netflix, and there was like a huge storm, like everyone was talking about it, like, but I watched the movie, and I'm not going to say anything. I'll probably say something about the movie and the book in my wrap up when I get done with the book, but I wanted to read the book before the movie came out, and I think that I need to go ahead and still read the book and then form my opinion, because the book is always better than the movie, and I had a moment of weakness and watched the movie first, and I shouldn't have, but I'm excited to read Bird Box. The next book I'm going to be reading is Reincarnation Blues by Michael Port, and this book is so cute. I love anything about reincarnation. I'm going to be 100% honest, like, that's one of my trigger words. Not my trigger words, but like, that's one of my words. Like, you put reincarnation in anything, any summary, any title, I'll read it. I love reincarnation. And this book, funny story, I actually like went on a date with a guy in Korea, and I was telling him about a book that I had just read about reincarnation, and he told me about this book, but he like didn't remember the name of it. He just remembered like the synopsis. And so when I saw this in Barnes & Noble, I was like, oh my gosh, reincarnation. And then I read the synopsis and I was like, oh my god, that's the book that the guy I went on a date with in Korea, that's the book that he told me about on our date. So yeah, so when you're reading this is basically about a world where you get 10,000 lives. So you get 10,000, you know, reincarnations or whatever. And this guy, the main character Milo, he's on his 9,995th life. And he's in love with death, like the physical embodiment of death. So it just kind of goes from there. It looks like it's going to be kind of funny, just based on the cover and like the summary, which I'm all here for. I'm excited. The last two books that I'm going to try and be reading are The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kuar, and I'm sure everyone's heard of Milk and Honey. I've read Milk and Honey last year and I loved it. This is modern poetry. It's her next book that she came out with after Milk and Honey, and I don't know, I loved Milk and Honey. I thought it was really heavy, but there's a lot of things in it that need to be said, and I'm excited for The Sun and Her Flowers. I think it's going to be a good one about growth, so it's kind of what I need right now. The last book that I'm reading in March is A Year in Japan by Kate T. Williamson. So this was a cute little like diary, like picture book kind of thing. It has such cute illustrations, basically about a girl who literally lived in Japan for a year. It seems like it'll be like a super quick read. I bought this when I went to New York in January with my friends, in just an obscure like secondhand bookshop. Super cute. So yeah, so thanks so much for watching, guys. I can't wait to get this booktube thing really started off and actually like really doing it. I'm so excited for you guys to journey along here with me and, you know, be a part of my booktube channel and follow along with me and read along with me. And if you've read any of these books or you want to read any of these books, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think about them. If you've read them, let me know your opinion. If you have any other suggestions on books based in Japan or about reincarnation, because clearly those are my favorite things right now, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!